So the Chinese oil companies have been spending billions and billions of dollars in hopes to strengthen their energy market. But the question is, will that oil even make it back to China? Yu-Dee Chang's the chief trader at Ace Investment Strategist, joins us from D.C. now and joins us often to talk about goings-on in China. And, you know, they spent, for example, CNOOC spent $15 billion at a Canadian company, and there are many other big-time oil investments just last week for the Chinese. But apparently a lot of the oil is not going to go back to China. They just want the technology. They want the know-how. What do you make of that move from the Chinese, and how should we view it as Americans?
Yeah, you know, that's a very interesting question. If you think about it, no doubt, I think when it comes to oil, it's a little bit more sensitive, or technology for that matter, right? But they do need a lot of know-how in other areas too. So specifically with this problem, you're right. The Chinese government is telling their oil companies to become international integrated oil companies. They want to have reserves. They want to have drilling platforms all over the world. That's why they're making this purchase. And like you were saying, they really only gain about maybe 180,000 barrels of oil per day, but the know-how is what they want. Number one, especially the fracking technology, and two is that they want the experience of being an international player as well.
I guess what I'm asking is, as we look at a story like that, should we just say, all right, that's fine, that's interesting, and maybe there's an investment opportunity here, or should we look at it and say this is a national security concern of some sort?
Yeah, you know, that's the million-dollar question. I think from the rise of China is so fast that a lot of countries don't know exactly how to deal with it. So are they exactly friends, or are they foes, correct? So my personal opinion-wise, being this as Americans, I think we should take it on a case-by-case basis. Now, are we talking about some sensitive technology, military technology? Are we talking about waste management, garbage disposal technology? I think depending on a case-by-case basis. On one hand, we want to make sure that we keep some kind of communication channel open. On the other hand, we do want to be on guard for them as well.
All right, while we have you on, Yu-Dee, let me ask you about economic growth in China, because we're fresh off our own growth figures here in the United States last week, which weren't exactly encouraging to see growth slow down as much as it has. We're taking a look on the screen right now, GDP growth, the United States versus China. Of course, not necessarily two countries you'd compare apples to apples just because of the stages, obviously, of economic development. But the Chinese are slowing as well. I mean, Europe's a mess. Are the Chinese slowing too much? Is it a slowdown in growth they can handle? What's your latest view on the slowdown in China and the government's ability to contain it or growth?
Yeah, you know, excellent. Again, I think this, you know, if you know, I mean, starting about 6 months ago, I actually have turned a little bit bearish on China. However, I think just in the past couple of weeks, I actually believe the soft landing scenario is going to materialize, meaning that they're not going to a hard landing. I think privately, 7% growth is what China really needs to have in order to sustain this employment for the ever-growing middle-income population. Right now, their Prime Minister Jiabao is saying that, well, we could meet 7.5. So it looks like they are stabilizing. I think,
you think they'll keep 7? They'll stay above 7?
I think they'll stay above 7.5, especially, we're sort of joking around a little bit, I guess, when the leader of a communist country says that, hey, our GDP is going to be 7.5, I think government officials will make it 7.5.
Yeah, okay, 7.5 it is. Yeah, that's the problem with trying to get transparency out of a country like China. Yu-Dee Chang, as always, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Relief at the gas pump, short-lived. The average price of a gallon of regular light has gone up nearly 10 cents.